Border showdown. Protests have in fact erupted at the border, and security has been tightened at Belagavi. Protests there taking place in Belagavi. Massive showdown there in Belagavi, and security has been tightened. The border row there escalating, and you can see those visuals on your screen of protesters there. In fact, protests are taking place at Belagavi, and security there being tightened at Belagavi. And going straight across to my colleague Neha, who is joining us live on the broadcast. Neha, give us the latest details that we are picking up.
Well, yes, in fact, the border area of Belagavi has been under quite a bit of fire, of course, for the past week or so. We've been seeing incidents of protests over there by members of, the MES and by members of the pro-Kannada activists as well. Today also we're seeing that two trucks, in fact, the window panes of two trucks were completely broken over there by the pro-Kannada activists using their flag poles. Now, it's important here to mention that, they have been protesting over this border issue for quite some time now. We understand from the police, in fact, in Belagavi right now, that about a few hundred people, in fact, have been detained for these protests. But the real question right now is, even as the border issue, has been a very pertinent one and a burning one, that, of course, the government of both states over here have, in fact, said that, the matter is in Supreme Court and they should, of course, let it go on. But the bigger question really right now about, the life of the common people over there in Belagavi district getting disrupted, because day after day we're seeing protests over there being held by the pro-Kannada activists. And unfortunately, of course, even today we're seeing that the protests did turn violent, with them going on to vandalize two trucks that were coming in from Maharashtra.
Right, Neha, many thanks for joining us with all those details. All right, there are protests there, in fact, escalating there at the border in Belagavi, and we are displaying those live visuals across your television screens where you can see those protests that are taking place, and my colleague Neha is back with us on the broadcast. Neha, give us an update of the situation at the ground.
Well, yes, we're now picking up that this protest actually broke out a little while earlier, and that things have come back to normal now. The police, in fact, on their part, of course, have detained quite a few people already, all who are pro-Kannada activists is what they say. It's important here now to mention that, in fact, these people who you're actually seeing protesting over here today were, in fact, sought permission to actually go and garland a statue over there. Of course, today being, one of the Jayantis over there in Karnataka, they had sought permission. However, the police, in fact, had clearly told them that they would be stopped about 20 kilometers away, and from there on, in fact, that they could go by foot. Now, while they were walking towards this particular statue that had to be garlanded, is when two Maharashtra trucks were spotted by them, and they've gone on to, break the window panes over there. Of course, while those are very dramatic visuals that we're bringing to you on Mirror now, the situation right now at this point seems to be rather calm and under control.
Right, Neha, many thanks for joining us with all those details. All right, there's the situation there. In fact, as my colleague Neha said, that the protest took place a while ago, and the situation is back to normal there at the border in Belagavi. But of course, the protest there did escalate just a short while ago. All right, we'll get you some more breaking news that's coming in, and a massive showdown in Kerala and the Youth Congress. In fact,